Guys, I am Mohammed Bilal and you are watching Trendsetters Academy. So today in this lecture I will tell you about how to handle the intent in baseadapter class. There is quite a different scenario when we are handling intent in activity. So the baseadapter class is basically not an activity. So for this purpose, what we will do for intent, the intent is basically used for calling another activity. So at first we should create that activity, that which activity we want to call. So now I have to create another activity. So for this purpose, what I will do is just right click on here, then go in activity, then go in empty activity. So now you see here, this is the name of my activity, main to activity. Now I just click on finish. So now the activity is created. You see here, main to activity. See here, main to activity. So now what I do here is just go in resource file, the layout, and what I write in activity 2 is just change this thing into my relative layout and then just write text view here. What I want to write here is that this show that this is my second activity. So right now what I do here is just extend its size and write text size is 20 dp. Now when you click on preview, you see here I just drag it in the center of my activity. So now what I do is just handle some steps. So here what I want to write is the intent steps. There are just 3 lines. For these lines, what I do is just call the intent here and just say the intent and create its object here. This is my object. So now in my first parameter I have to call my context, that I have to get the context of this class. So for this purpose what I do is just context.getApplicationContext. So this context is passed from constructor and I just tell him that get the context of my application. And what I do in my next parameter is to write the name of that class which I want to call. It means the write the name of the activity, which activity I want to call. So right now what I do is main to activity dot class. Okay, so these are the 3 lines. You see here what I write is, this is the main thing, that at first it just pass the intent as I tell you before, and then in this intent it just set the flags of activity. It's only happened when we use an intent in baseadapter class, only in baseadapter class. But when we use in activity, we didn't need these flags. It just pop up 4 times main to activity class. You know why? Because you see we have 4 rows here. So what I want to do is I have to enable that the first row in which row I may click on the row, whatever the row is, it only then it just pop up this intent. So for this, what I do is just Control X, and then I just write row view dot set on click listener view on click listener, and then just paste this code here. So what just happened now is when I click on the row, it just pop up the next main activity, and that activity is main to activity. So let's run this code and see what happens. So now you see this is our screen here, and when I click on this, it just open the next activity. And now when I just click on this, it just open the same activity. You see here, whenever I click on any activity, it just open the second activity. So that's all. For any query or any issue, you may follow my blog, you may text me, you may email me. I just mentioned my email in my description. Happy coding and goodbye.